Right, so exam 1, okay, yeah. So from 6.1 to 6.7, I was right. Okay, 6.1 to 6.7. Right. So today workshop is gonna be exam 1 review. Okay. You're not supposed to have group assignments. That's what at least that's what I'm gonna do in my workshop. Maybe I'll tell Mia to do the same, so you don't have group assignment, but you have to be there. Your drill will be count towards your attendance. So you have to be there to receive credit, but there's no group assignment, so that's a good thing. I will provide you the solution right after we're done the class. Okay, for the exam review. I send you some guide. I send you guys something during the weekend, right? I sent so many things. I don't remember which class I sent. Okay, so this is what I sent you. Now I only have the solution for the first half. So from 1 to from 1 to 9. So those questions, I don't have a solution for this. This is supposed to be your formula and actual practice. For the exam, highly recommend you memorize these. It's not given, right? And it could be confusing because when you do exam, everything together. I know that people do very well individually by section, but when it comes to exam, they're just nervous, like, oh my God, I don't remember. What should I use first? So I highly recommend you memorize these. If you don't memorize, sit down and just like wrap it till you memorize it. Okay, that's what I did sometimes. Know these. Now for these, if you don't want to memorize this, it's not going to hurt you. You can always do what? Remember what the alternative method. If I give you 2 binomials, what else can you do? If I give you 2 binomials, if you don't remember the square binomial pattern, what can you do? Or the product of a conjugate, if you don't remember the pattern, what can you do? You can FOIL. Everybody knows how to FOIL, right? So for the second part, you don't have to remember. You can always FOIL if you don't want to remember. But for the first one, you need to memorize the things. And of course, you have to understand it too. Just memorizing things. But memorizing helps. Okay, so I will send you the solution when we done the lecture so that you have the solution. You can work during your workshop. If you're stuck, you can always look at the solution or ask your workshop instructor. Okay. All right, factoring. It's very important. Factoring in mathematics, as long as you're taking math, it haunts you forever. As long as you're taking math, it's always there. No matter what level you are, even in grad school, still doing factoring. Just get harder if you go far further. The first thing we're gonna learn how to do is factor out greatest common factor. You guys have done this before in your prerequisites. Do you remember? Yeah, GCF. So for example, if I ask you what the GCF of 8 and 4, what do you say? 2 is the common factor, but it's not the greatest. Yeah, before, right? 2 is not wrong, but it's just not the greatest. If I ask you what the GCF between x squared and x cubed, what do you say? Yeah, x squared. So basically that's your GCF. The greatest common factor between the 2 terms, or many terms. So let's do this. Number 1, identify the greatest common factor of each group. So between 2xu and 3yu, what is my common factor? Yeah, u. It's u. Why don't you guys do B and C? and D. See what you got. By the way, last time I forgot to resume my recording, so if you watch the YouTube lecture, it's only like 30 minutes. I'm sorry. All right. B. What is the GCF? Remember, GCF is something that the 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 two terms have, 2 or 3 terms have, right? So let's do. There's only 1 3, so there's no common constant here. What about A? Is A the common factor? No, right? The first 2 terms have it, but not the last one. B. No, so U, right? Just U. All 3 terms have U. Maybe let me do the GCF. U again. What about C? Let's do one factor at a time. Between A and 6, what is the greatest common between A and 6? Between A and 6, what divide A and 6 at the same time? 2, right? Just if even numbers start out with 2, and then you work your way up. What about between A squared and A? A, and then B and B squared, B. See, it's not too bad if you ask yourself one question at a time. Same thing with D. We're gonna do one thing at a time. Between 25, 5, and 50. 5. Between X cubed, X, and then X, and then Y squared, Y to the 4, and Y. That's it. All right, let's get a little bit harder, just slightly harder. By the way, this consider, even though it's A plus B, within the binomial, there's 2 terms, but because quantity of A plus B times X times 2, so each of those will be your factor. Don't write this down. So this is one factor, another factor, and another factor, even though it's 2 terms, but because we multiply, the whole parenthesis be multiplied, then that whole parenthesis is considered one factor. Okay, so what is the common factor for this one? What about number? There's no common factor between 2 and 3, right? Either X, Y, no. The first one has X, the second one doesn't have X. The second one has Y, but the first one does not have Y. Is A plus B is your common factor? Yeah, right. Both terms has A plus B. What about B? What is a common term between a common factor between the 3 terms? Let's see. It's not 3. There's no 3. There's no A. There's no B. So X plus 2. Right? You guys do C and D. See what happened. Again, one thing at a time. Yes. Double check how you try. All right, anyone, someone else. Don't let one person do all the work. Someone else tell me what you got for C. Between A and 6, 2, right? Between A squared and A, there's A. And then between x plus 1 and then x plus 1 quantity square. Yeah, x plus 1, right? The first one has 1 x plus 1. The second one have 2 of those. Do you have any question up to this point? What about D? Between 25, 5, and 50, that's 5. And there I see y squared, y to the 4, and y, so that's just 1y. And then I see 2x minus 3 cubed, 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3, so 2x minus 3. Last chance, any question before I give you the U try? Yes. It is, it's part of it. Oh, that's okay. Anything else? Any question? All right. I assume you all know. Okay, 16x cubed. You try now. That's number 1. Sorry, that's number 1. 16x cubed, and then negative 24x squared, and then positive 40x. If I have extra time, I'm going to talk about a little bit about your exam. Okay, I have your exam. I want to talk about what you're going to expect on it. It's kind of narrow down what to study. If I have time. Bless you. All right. Okay. Objective 2 is the same thing, but now it involves expression. So there, I just give you term by term, and then you tell me GCF. It's similar-ish, but in terms of presentation, is involved a little bit more. Right? So the step is first you identify the GCF, like we did in the objective 1. Second, you're going to rewrite each term as a product using the GCF. Maybe we don't have to do this. Maybe we skip. And then factor by applying the distributive property, and then check your factorization by multiply it back, right? It's a lot of steps, but let me show you one example. So between 5yv and 10v squared, what is my common factor or GCF, greatest common factor? Yeah, between 5 and 10, there's a 5. There's no y, but then there's 1v, right, for both. And then parentheses. I'm gonna fill it in my parentheses. What is missing? Okay, for the first term, I factor out 5b, so what's missing? Huh? Y, right, y. This is what you do, you put y there, and then plus, because there's plus there. For the second term, what am I missing? And remember, I factored out 5b, so what am I missing? 5 times what? Give me 10. 2, right? 2, and then there's one more v, so 2v. Or another way of you doing this is, once you have the GCF, you take the first term divided by GCF, and you take the second term divided by GCF to create out the inside. Does that make sense? Like 5yv divided by 5v is y, right? And 10v squared divided by 5v is 2v. You can do it on the scrap paper. Maybe I'll write out here. So 5yv divided by 5v. That one cancel. So you got y for the first term. And then 10v squared divided by 5v again. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then v squared divided by v, 1v left, so 2v. You can do that on scrap paper. Okay. All right, same thing with b. Between 6 and 8, what is my common factor? Oh, you know what? If I was you, well, they didn't say anything, so I'll leave it like that because they didn't say anything because it's a squared. I prefer a squared first, but because they didn't say anything. So 2, right? Between a and a squared. And then between b to the 4 and b. Okay, now you got that. You're gonna figure out what's left over by division. You're gonna take 6ab to the 4 divided by your GCF, which is 2ab. 6 divided by 2 is 3, right? A divided by a is gone. What b to the 4 divided by b to the first? One person answered it, but what about the rest? B to the third, right? Just think of it. You have 4b in the top, 1b in the bottom. There's 3b left. There's not 3b, but the b to the third, right? So 3b cubed. Well, what about what is the leftover for mine and the minus? My bad, should be minus. A8 squared b. Yeah, so a divided by 2 is 4. And then a squared divided by a is a. B divided by b is 1. Again, I'm going to write down here. I'm not going to write next time because I just write the first 2 times so that you have it for your note. Let me box my answer. Okay, C. C. 25, 5, and 50, we know that the common factor is 5. We did that before. And then what else? I think we did this before. Y squared, y to the 4, and y. And then the big one, the 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3. I'm going to do a bracket. You don't have to. If you want, you can do a bigger parenthesis. Just look neater. Okay, the first term, what am I missing? first one, I got this much. What's left over? 25 divided by 5 is 5, right? So leftover is 5. What else? Let's do the y first. I know I changed the order a bit. Y squared divided by y is y. And then how many more of the 2x minus 3 left over? The two of them, right? So 2x minus 3. So first. Does that make sense? Okay, the second term. So plus, let's see what's left over. 5 divided by 5 is 1. I'm not gonna rewrite it. Y to the 4 divided by y is, yeah, y to the third. Is there any 2x minus 3 left over? No, right? 2x minus 3 divided by 2x minus 3 is 1. 50 divided by 5 is 10. I was 10, yeah. And anything else? No, right? Y divided by y is 1. 2x minus 3 divided by 2x minus 3 is 1. So just 10. You gotta do D. I'll walk around, see how you do. Wow, today is not too bad. That would be okay. Oh, and I got good news for you too. Sort of good news. How many of you prefer synthetic division over long division? Huh? Okay, just raise your hand. I just want to know. Synthetic division over long division. The rest is okay. All right. The good news is that you can use any on the exam. They don't specify either. It has to be long or synthetic. Okay, I see that a lot of you factor out the common factor, but not the greatest. Right? You gotta factor out everything, so that when left over, they don't look the same. They don't have anything in common. So between 70, 21, and 7, what do I factor? Oh, here I got this 7. Between x cubed, x squared, and then x squared, right? Not just x. I know they both have x, but you want to pick x squared, right? Because you want the greatest common factor, x squared, between y squared, y cubed, and then y squared. Yeah, same thing, y squared. What else? Is anything else? Yeah, z plus 6. Everybody have z plus 6. Bracket. Okay, what's left over for the first one? All you know to divide. 7 divided by 7 is 10. 10 what? 10, yeah, 10x. And then the next one, negative 21 divided by 7 is negative 3, right? X squared divided by x squared is 1. I'm not going to write it. And then y cubed divided by y squared is y, and then z plus 6 divided by z plus 6 is 1. So it's just y, 3y, or negative 3y. All right, last one. What's negative 7 divided by 7? Negative 1. Either you write negative or you write negative 1, doesn't matter. I'll write negative 1. X squared divided by x squared is 1, so I'm not going to rewrite it. Y squared divided by y squared is 1. Z plus 6 divided by z plus is also 1. So 1 everywhere. I see people factor out 7xy and then z plus 6. So make sure you pay attention, a bit more careful. All right, let's do this one, number 4. Factor out the GCF between 3, 6, and negative. Oh, you notice that this expression is written in descending order. What can I factor out? First one is, everybody should know, 3, right? And then 3x or 3x squared. X squared. Right? I know everybody have x, but everyone also have x squared. What's left? 3 divided by 3 is 1. X to the 4 divided by x squared. Remember, when you divide, you subtract the power. 6 divided by 3 is 2. X cubed divided by x squared is x. And then negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. X squared divided by x squared is 1. So GCF is the easiest one of all factoring. It will get harder though, but GCF is the easiest one. It's the first thing you do too. If I give you an expression, and the first thing you look for is the GCF. Okay, factor out the GCF so that the leading term of the remaining factor is positive. Can someone tell me what's my leading term here? Leading term. Very good. Leading term is the one that has the highest powers. The whole thing, right? So negative 3x to the 4, that's my leading term. They want you to factor out in such the way that the leading term inside the parentheses is going to be positive. So what should I factor out? So I know that there's something here. There's something here. There's something here. There's something here, right? I want this guy to be positive. That's what they meant. So this one to be positive. So what should I factor? What should I factor out here? What should be in the question mark? Yeah, negative 3x squared, right? And then when I divide, negative 3 divided by negative 3 is positive 1. X to the 4 divided by x squared is x squared. So it is positive like we want it to. 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. X minus 1 or plus 1? minus. Very good, thank you. Okay, can someone tell me what do they see here? That will be the next one. What happened to the sign of each term when you factor out the negative from the leading term? Yeah, they change, right? They change. So see the leading term here is negative, now it becomes positive. It's positive, now becomes negative. Positive, now becomes negative. So when you factor out negative, it changes its size. Right? So when factor out the negative, changes its sign. I'm lagging. You gotta do B. I'll walk around, see how you do. After you try to, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the exam one. I can't give you everything, but just as I could. What can I factor out? What can I factor out? Yeah, thank you. Negative 3, better, yeah. X squared, good. Because I want my leading term inside the parentheses to be positive, right? So what's left over is x squared, and then it's changed its size, so minus 2x plus 1. All right, you try 2. 12x cubed minus 24x squared plus 42x. It's in descending order, so all you do is just factor out the GCF. That's the art my daughter's beautiful daughter. Oh, can't see. Anyways. All right. Number one. You guys done the thing? You try to. Okay. Number one. There are 9 questions. Total. And you have an hour and 10 minutes to do it, so 70 minutes. Number two, there will be a division one. You know, let me do this. Sorry about that. There is a monomial division. This is the easy one, don't mess it up. There is a polynomial division. Now, for the polynomial division, you can use either long division or synthetic. Now, it's just out of curiosity. Let me ask you a question. When can I use synthetic division? Actually, when can I not be able to use synthetic division? Synthetic division has a limit. Long division is work for everybody, but the code is long. But synthetic division is a shortcut to long division. But I only be able to use this when what?
I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it was like the leading term is 1 or something.
Yeah, the leading coefficient of the divisor is 1. You don't have to write this down because on your exam you'll be able to use either. So you only be able to use synthetic division when leading coefficient of the divisor is 1. So it looked like this. X plus k or x minus k, doesn't matter. The thing is that is 1 time, right? So that's your divisor, the one in the box. And what do you have to do when you put the number in the box for synthetic? You have to change the sign. If I give you x plus 5, in the box you put minus 5. Right? Okay, number 4. Anything to the 0 power is equal 1. So example, if I give you negative 10 x squared y cubed z to the 7, and then I raise to the 0 power, what do you say? 1. Don't mess it up. That's 2 easy points, right? 2 easy points. There's be able to add fraction with different denominator. Some people are still very weak on this. Something about fraction you guys really, well, not just you, just most students don't like it. So for example, if I ask you to do this, example, if I have 2/5 x squared plus 1/5 x minus 10 minus 1/5 x squared minus 2/3x plus 1/2. Okay, let's combine like term. This with this, right? Yeah. When you combine like term, when I say combine, I mean you add them or subtract them. What do? You only combine what? You only add or subtract the coefficient. Keep the variable. This doesn't mean x squared plus x squared equal x to the 4. No, right? So this, when you combine, all you do is combine the coefficient. So what's 2/5 minus 1/5? 1/5, right? And then you keep the x squared. Second one, 1/5 x, and then negative 2/3 x. So they're like terms. The thing is that they're different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write them down here. 1/5 x plus minus 2/3 x. Okay, before I can combine these two, I need to make them to have the same denominators. Now they're different. So what should I multiply the first one by? 3 over, not just 3/3, right? That's another common mistake. You want to multiply by 3/3 so that you don't change. Basically, you multiply by 1, right? And the second fraction, yeah, 5/5. This is expression, it's not equation. If you multiply something to the bottom, you do the same thing to the top. Let's do this. So 3 times 1 is 3 minus 10. 3 minus 10 is 3 minus 10. Well, the bottom is going to be 15, and then the x here. What's here? 3 minus 10 is negative 7, right? Good. Negative 10 and positive 1/2. I'm going to rewrite it here. So negative 10 plus, leave a little space so that you can plus 1/2. Okay, negative 10, can I rewrite it as negative 10 over 1? Is that okay? So what should I multiply the negative 10 with? Yeah, 2/2. And the 1/2 is already have 2 in the bottom, so we okay. Negative 10 times 2 is negative 20 plus 1, negative 19/2, right? So that's the one in white. And then you bring down, you bring down that thing. Bring it down, so 1/5 x squared. So that's will be your final answer. You will have something like this on the exam. If they give you a parenthesis, so for example, let me don't write this down. Don't write this down. If they add the parenthesis around that, you're supposed to distribute it first before you combine like term. Okay, distribute the negative one. But that's a cheat. Oh, scientific notation. Ooh, yeah. Number 6. There will be a scientific notation and decimal form. Okay, I'll give you an example, but I'm not going to do it. Four times 10, no, that's multiplication. Okay, that's not x. Maybe I'll do that. 4 times 10 to the negative 8. And then 2 times 10 to the 4. Do it. I promise you it will benefit you. I literally give you the exam. Do that one at home, okay? And last one, 7. I can't give you everything, but there will be the one with the power. So something like this. This is an example. Okay, this is an example. Like again, I'm not doing this for you. It's supposed to do it yourself. You might have something like that. I give you 7 out of 9. So study well. Stick to the review that I sent you. You master that, you should be okay. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's just a lot to remember. That's all. All right. So let me go back to the lecture. The GCF. Yay. Now it's another one. You're not done yet with factoring. Factoring quite long. So the other well, not the second objective in factoring is that you're gonna factor by grouping. Again, it's not hard yet. So factor by grouping is you use this when you have 4 or more terms. By grouping when you have 4 or more terms. 4 more terms. All right, so first thing first, factor out the GCF if you see 1. GCF is all within your step number 1. And then you're gonna pair the terms that have a common factor. You wanna pair or group them if they have a common factor. And then the next step is you're gonna factor out the GCF with within each group. And then once you factor out the GCF within each group, you're gonna see another common factor. And then you're gonna factor that out too. I'll give you an example, see what I meant by that. So first thing first, do I have a GCF between these 4? No, 4 of them. Is there a GCF? No. So step 1 is already done. Right? The second step, you're gonna group the 2 terms that have a common factor. So for me, I prefer the first 2 and the last 2. Now, some other student might do. Some other students say, Mimi, I can group the first one and the last one because they have a common factor is X, and then I can group the second group to 8Y and 3Y because the common factor is 1. It's okay, it's fine. There's more than one way to group, but as long as they have a common factor. Once you pick your group, you're gonna factor out GCF within each group. So between AX and AY, what can I factor out? A, right? So what's left is X plus Y. And then the second group, 3Y and 3X, I can factor out 3. So Y plus X. Is Y plus X is the same thing as X plus Y? Yeah. No, X minus Y is not the same thing as Y minus X. Right? But if they plus, they are commutative. What can I factor out between these 2 terms? What they have in common? X plus Y, right? If you're uncomfortable with this, you can rewrite this as X plus Y. So again, I see X plus Y here. I see X plus Y here. So I'm going to factor out X plus Y. And then what's left over for the first term? 8, right? And the second one left over is half 3. Yeah, that's it. You should have a common factor again. If you don't, something's wrong. I mean, you group it wrong. And then we're done. How do I check? Hold it back. I just do one for you, okay? Maybe check. Just do this one. The rest, I'm not doing it. X times A is AX, yes. X times 3 is 3x. Y times A is AY. And then Y plus 3 is 3Y. Check. Right? It's just different order, but it's the same thing. B. What should I group? Oh, by the way, is that GCF? No, right. So step one, usually step one is kind of already done. So step two, group. Tell me what should I group? Yeah, the first two and last two usually is how it go. Sometimes not always work like that. Sometimes you just mix match a little bit. Okay, so what can I factor out for the first group? Between 2x squared and 2xy. 2x, very good. What's left over? You don't know, you divide. 2 divided by 2 is 1. X squared divided by x is x. And then the second term, what's left over? Y plus y. What should I factor out for the second group? Close. Oh, no, -3. You're right. Kakai say -3. So -3, right? What's left over? When you factor out negative, what happened? Remember what I say? It changes its sign, right? So it's going to be what? X plus y. You have x plus y twice, so you factor that out twice. And then what's left over? 2x minus 3. I'm not going to check it for you. You check it yourself. Why don't you go try? See? Someone tell me what you do for C. There's no GCF, so go ahead and group. Usually first two and last two. Anyone who volunteer to go through C? Someone haven't talked yet. Sure, yeah, go ahead. Good. P, what's left over? What can I factor out for the second group? So thank you for someone else for the second part. Yeah, go ahead. Very good. Yeah, -1. Either 1 or -1, right? But usually -1, right? If there's a negative right there. So what's left over? Remember, when you factor out negative, everything changes its size, right? So -m become +m, +n become -n. And you should have m minus n again. Right? If you don't, something wrong. Then factor out n minus n. And then what's left over is p minus 1. Very good. So you guys get the gist of the group factoring. It's kind of GCF-ish. The hardest one, I'm telling you, the hardest one is the one factor out trinomial with the leading coefficient is not 1. That is the hardest one. Even calculus students have trouble with that. But you'll be okay. I'm gonna give you something that's too bad. If you factor out the negative, it's true everywhere, not just factoring. All right, D. Let's do D. I kind of give you the you try, so let's do it quick. Tell me what you group. I don't think it's better, does it? Oh, GCF. Forgot about that thing. What can I factor out first? Yeah, I have 4. Everybody got 4. Not everybody got A, but everybody got B. At least one B, and that's it. What's left over is I'm gonna use this. What's left over is what? The first term left over is AX. The second term 4 is out. This is a -1, but B divided by there's A. No, there's no A. I'm sorry. B divided by B is B. And it's X. The third one I factor out 4B. So what's left over? A. -A. And then the last one, you divide again, same thing. 4 divided by 4 is 1. B squared divided by B. E. So that's just step number 1. What should I group? Oh, part plus B. Sorry. What should I group? So 2, right? To make it easy. You don't have to be fancy about it. The first one I can factor out X. What's left is A minus B. What can I factor out for the second one again? -1. So A, everything changes side when you factor out negative. And then I have A minus B twice. So A minus B times X minus 1. Am I done? Am I done? No? What do I have to do? Yeah, I'm gonna bring the 4B down. The thing is just you're gonna bring it along. It's just lazy. I didn't put in the little step. Do you have any questions? Anyone? Not too bad. Mhm. Oh, the second one? This one? So like you said, between A minus A plus B, we factor out this one. Okay. Like I'll clear the problem. Why don't you try E? No GCF, so jump to step number 2. Tell you what, I'll group first 2 and last 2, just like to make it easy. The first one, can I factor out X squared? Yeah. What's left is, what's left? Yeah, it's the 3, right? 3 left, and then 1 more X, so 3X. Guys, this is the 1 here, so 3 divided by 1 is 3. So 3 here, 3X. What's left over for the -7xy? -7. And then the second group, I can factor out between 6 and -14, or 6 and 14. I can factor out a 2, right? 2. That's what I see, 2. What's left over? 3x minus 7 again. You should have the same thing again, so you can factor. So 3x minus 7 x squared plus 2. X squared plus 2 is prime, so nothing we can do. One more real quick, and then I'll give you the you try. So group the first 2, last 2. The first 2 I can factor out x squared again. What's left is 5x minus 3. A second group. What can I factor out for the second group? It's easy, but too easy for you to miss. 1, right? 1. So what's left over is minus 5x minus 3. You can guess if you pick the correct group, you can get your next parenthesis is the same thing. All right, so 5x minus 3, and then x squared plus 1. Now x squared plus 1 is prime. X squared minus 1 is not prime. Right? You do x minus 1, x plus 1. So x squared plus 1 is prime. So we leave it like that. You try 3. Three x cubed minus 2x squared minus 6x plus 4. After you're done, you can leave. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. So when, thank you, bye. It depends on each semester. I teach, I know next semester is gonna be calculus, but you need 662. Right? So, yeah. But thank you for asking. Whether you. You too.
But it has no professor assigned to it right now, so it's just
Oh, really? They don't have it?
during the winter, it just says no one's assigned to it yet.
Really?
Yeah. which-
No, they
from when I
should.
registered, I thought I registered with a professor. Just now. You just gotta
Let me double
take
check.
another one. You gotta drop it out and get another one.
Oh, yeah. because that's what happened to me, and I had to drop out.
Really? Okay.
You go to the schedule of the class.
But they're all full.
Yeah.
Like they're all
Winter.
full.
I think we just have to find
Awful. And like awful.
Yeah, they're all full. Like all of them.
62. Right here. They have a name right here.
That's weird. Okay.
Yes,
so
go
you
to
find
OU. Huh? Oh, you go to OU.
And that's for winter semester?
Oh, darn it.
Mine is Lisa.
Okay, go to OU. And then you're gonna go to academic, and then art and science. And then go down your department is math. Right, math. And then go all the way down, say schedule. Click on that there, and then go to winter. And it'll show you everything about math. It's quicker.
That's really good
Mhm, yeah.
because it doesn't show up sometimes.
Mhm.
I have a question.
Yes.
What sections are covered in the test?
From 6.1 to 6.7.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you.
See you.
Yeah.
So I found out in the course for doing also.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, but no, I told you I already paid, so if I try to open the homework and online,
Oh, what happened? Did you pay, right?
I already paid, yeah, I have the receipt.
Okay. First of all, okay, hang on. Right now, just do this first.
Oh, then I gotta,
Right now, so that you can start your homework.
yeah, but it's gonna go away.
Yeah, you're gonna go. So we can have to chat here. You're gonna go here. To tell them that I already purchased,
See what
but the
happens.
code doesn't work. And
I
you
don't even know if I got a code, should I check?
yeah, as long as you give them a proof of purchase, like your receipt, they'll give you a new code.
It's right here, September 14th. Thank you for your purchase.
Yeah.
Is that what's invoice?
Is
Yeah.
there anything else like? Yeah, the email. Yeah. How about you chat and you show them this? They're gonna give you a new code. If something wrong. Morning.
I guess you probably been up for a little bit.
Huh?
I said, I guess you probably been up for a little
Oh, yeah. Exam 1 review.
You. I'm not sure if you like have any power or knowledge over this, or if I have to talk to my SI like supervisor. But I saw that I had a grade put in for this quiz,
Oh,
which like
no.
which obviously like
No,
I got a
Moodle is
zero.
nothing. as long as you're not on sale.
Okay, yeah, because I wasn't sure
Is
how
it
the
zero?
transfer went.
Is it 0?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
which is
0 too.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because you're there.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect then. Sounds good. 'Cause
But
I was,
it's, if you don't register for the class, it's nothing. Because I
okay.
added you manually, so you're not
Got
registered.
you.
But yeah, thank you for checking.
Yeah, of course. I was like, oh my gosh, this goes in this record.
No, it shouldn't.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Where do I put it? Where did I put it?